What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
So there's another show I've been binging while working and editing videos, Catfish, the show on MTV. I had originally watched the documentary many years ago. I remember it being controversial, like people thinking that the movie was fake. I didn't necessarily fall on that side of the equation, especially after watching season 1 of Catfish, the TV show. But yeah, so the documentary I remember enjoying is very interesting. I think that's where the term catfish came from, to be a fake person online. The TV show, I was always interested to see how they were going to adapt it to a TV show. And the first season, I think, I've only watched 2 seasons so far. Season 1 is interesting because it's not like a show that anybody knows about yet because it hasn't aired. They filmed, all the episodes before it aired. So I think you get more honesty, where in the second season you can tell some people are like using it as a platform to be trolls, basically, which is kind of the evil catfish. Like there's unintentional catfish. There's people that are like shy and don't like who they are and want to have a fake personality, they want to be the avatar that they wish they were. Like eventually in virtual reality, the catfishing in virtual reality is going to be way crazier because you'll be able to see like this. It'll be a 3-dimensional fake person that you'll interact with in virtual reality, and then maybe you want to unplug and meet each other in real life, and then you're both catfish because nobody's going to create an avatar that's going to, unless you have the kind of ego where you think you're perfect already, or you just don't mind, like you're like a stand-up comedian or something like that, and embrace your imperfections. But I would imagine most people are going to do, they're gonna live virtually as beautiful people, most likely. Maybe eccentric. Maybe there'll be people with like armor and shit. I could see people going crazy. It is VR anyway. So yeah, where catfish is, and then trolls are there's a lot of trolls anyway. Some trolls actually use their real shit, but there's a lot of trolls that use fake accounts because they don't want to get caught. And they're basically so it's like trolls start infesting catfish. So we'll see. I don't know. They did like 7 seasons of it. Then there was like allegations of sexual misconduct apparently towards like one of the last seasons. And then one of the co-hosts actually left after everything was cleared up. So I don't know if the show's going to keep going on. I don't know how much of it I'm going to actually watch. But it's a show that I enjoy putting on in the background. It's a show that I can relate to because I've been online on different social networks and, different chat rooms. And there's a lot of it, especially early internet. Everybody was scared, like people didn't want to buy stuff online. They don't put their real name. You put your real name online. Like it was advised to live a catfish lifestyle when you were building an online persona when in like the 90s, right? So I come from that, and for the most part, right now I don't run any fake accounts. As far as the accounts I have now are just me, which is actually my name, @Ray Taylor. Then I have like shows, or I'll have an account for my artwork, or I'll have an account for my photoshops. I'll have different accounts for that, but I don't, or like a character, Billy Dallas. There's a Twitter account out there. But other than that, I'm not like deceiving anybody. But there were times, especially like MySpace days, I remember creating a fake account because I wanted to, like, I don't know, like I wanted to know what an ex thought of me and thought of, this is MySpace days. So for any of the women out there that it might be scared, I'm talking about them. And I only did this once. This is one example of me creating an account to spy on somebody, but it was like not to spy on her. It was also just to like, I don't know. I was like to get intel, to kind of find closure in a way, because she was somebody that cheated on me, right? And it was an early relationship, so it was, I don't know. It was early. It was kind of a weird, but anyway, I created this fake account, which was easy, still easy to do, but easier back then. And yeah, talked to a few people with that account, but it never went anywhere. I've never like catfished anybody. I've never gotten into a relationship with anybody, but I do love the internet. I use the internet a lot for my social because I'm so busy trying to make money painting and podcasting and doing the things I love to do versus selling my soul and working for somebody that doesn't fucking respect the work that I do. I've sacrificed a lot of social moments. I don't go out. I don't hang out. I'm very much alone working on my stuff. And then, cause I just don't feel comfortable relaxing and, being recreational with other people when I know I'm not at the place where I can, I'm not self-sustained yet. So one thing I do is go online and kind of like the dating sites like OkCupid and stuff like that, or Tinder. They're a great way to like socialize. I don't really get into relationships. There's probably one. There's been a couple that I've, there's mutual feelings back and forth, and I kind of fucked up. But because of that, the feelings part, like if I have feelings for you, then, I'm not deceiving anybody at the moment. I gave up once like everything, especially since Catfish, like I'm going to get a call from Neve because I'm not worried about that happening. But it's interesting on the show how they uncover it. They do their basic Google search. I've uncovered, so I can spot a catfish, and I've played so much with Catfish. It's like other people that are trying to deceive me or pretending to be somebody else. It's so easy to like see the deception. So watching this show, it's like all these people that are so gullible, but it's not their fault. They're ignorant. They're not like, it's the difference between being book smart and street smart. They're not street smart for the internet. There's a type of person you have to be internet savvy. You have to be internet smart. And there's a lot of people, you could read a lot of books. You could be street smart, but that doesn't mean you're internet smart. And they get so gullible, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And but I enjoy it. It's like one of those guilty pleasures that I enjoy because I also relate to it. Because I've been the awkward person that didn't know how to be myself online and wanted to hide behind. I mean, when I first started podcasting, I created the Billy Dallas Show. And that was, now it's basically I just do me. But Billy Dallas was kind of that mask that I put on. I wasn't trying to deceive anybody. It was a character. But, I understand wanting to hide behind a mask to have a meaningful interaction with somebody that's not going to be hung up on what you look like. But yeah, it's an interesting show. It's an interesting show, and I like watching it. And it's interesting to see how it's changed from season 1 to season 2, where now people are starting to manipulate the show to use the show for their. Just like you're starting to see people starting to be shitty. You're starting to like more and more. It's interesting. I like it, and they all meet up. It's like they're really good at getting closure and handling situations and talking through things. I enjoy the show so much. Like MTV. Like, they don't do music anymore. I don't even know. They're, like, not going to be on DirecTV anymore, I think. It's kind of weird, the evolution of MTV as a network. But their reality shows, I used to be into Real World and Road Rules back in the day. That was my shit. And then forever, I haven't had access to MTV. And now with Hulu and stuff, there's some things on there. So I'm enjoying it, and it's interesting. It's interesting. But that's it for this episode. New episodes come out every day. Subscribe on IGTV and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week in advance over patreon.com/inspireddisorder and get many other benefits when you become a member there. InspiredDisorder.com is where you can buy all of my original paintings, artwork for sale, direct to you from me at Ray Taylor on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!